Hello everyone, welcome to Abhigyan Academy. Today we will be discussing about a very important chapter, that is constitutional bodies. Let us first understand what is constitutional bodies. See, constitutional body means those bodies which are mentioned in our constitution. It's not only mentioned, it's power, okay? Powers, functions, roles, everything is there in the constitution. That's why these bodies are referred as constitutional bodies. So there are some constitutional bodies are there which are which are inserted in our constitution. Let's move one by one. First is very important body, that is Election Commission of India, ECI, Article 324. See, Article 324 says that there will be a body, there will be a constitutional body, a independent body, which will conduct the election in our country, because we know India is a democratic country, and for the democratic country we should have fair and free election, right? This is our basic structure. We as democratic nation, it is the responsibility of the government or responsibility of the legislature or whatever to conduct election freely and fairly. So for that we have a particular body, and that body is known as the Election Commission of India, and it is in the Article 324. In the Article 304 we have a Election Commission of India. See, Election Commission of India is a multi-member body. What do you mean by multi-member body? It's having one CEC, Chief Election Commissioner, plus two EC, two Election Commissioner. See, this number 2 is not fixed. It is up to the President of India कि प्रेसिडेंट को 2 करना है, प्रेसिडेंट को 3 करना है, प्रेसिडेंट कर सकता है in discussion with the parliament. Okay. So, what happens here is this, right now, currently we have this 3-member in our ECI, 3-member in our Election Commission of India. One Chief Election Commissioner and 2 Election Commissioners. Then moving to the next slide, appointment. See, appointment will always be done by our President of India. Appointment will always be done by our President of India, but remember this point, President will not appoint anyone in his or her own discretion, in his or her own choice. It is the choice of the selection committee. Okay, it is the choice of the selection committee, consisting of, very important, consisting of PM, leader of opposition of Lok Sabha, Union Cabinet Minister, and he will be nominated by our Prime Minister. See, who will be in that appointment committee? One is PM, one is opposition leader in Lok Sabha, and Union Cabinet Minister. This is not CM to Chief Minister समझ लेंगे, Cabinet Minister. These three will recommend a name. And that name has to be appointed as the CEC or EC by the President of India. It is not President's discretion, President's choice to appoint someone through their choice. It is not like that. It's up to the President of India to follow the name or recommendation by these 3 positions. Okay, by these 3 positions. See, that's why the current issue is going on regarding the appointment process of Chief Election Commissioner. It is government having here the majority, right? Government having here the majority, making it a very biased appointment process, making it a very biased appointment process. So that's why what we need, this is the current issue is going on. Current issue is going on. Why? Because opposition needs Chief Justice of India in this selection committee, But by the amendment, Chief Election Commissioner, Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners, Appointment Conditions of Service and Term of Office Act 2023, it has been decided that the appointment will be done by these three positions. Okay. So that's why these are the current issue. And we have the election commissioners, two election commissioner. One name is Vivek Joshi and Sukhbir Sandhu. Then term, tenure, 6 or 65 years, okay, whichever is earlier. Independence, how they are independent, how this body we call it as independent. It is because they can only be removed by the same process as the judge of Supreme Court. We have studied earlier in the chapter Supreme Court how the judges of Supreme Court and High Court got removed, right? On the two grounds, one is misbehavior, one is incapacity, and on the by the same process that in the parliament, Lok Sabha 10 member need to put say 100 member needs to sign a resolution, removal resolution. Then in the Rajya Sabha 50 member needs to sign a resolution. Then that will go to the presiding officer of the house. For Lok Sabha it is speaker, for Rajya Sabha it is chairman. Then presiding officer can either approve or reject that resolution. If approved, it will go further to the inquiry committee. Inquiry committee will conduct the inquiry. Then it will go to the law ministry. Then it will go to the parliament, both the houses. And that inquiry and that report needs to be passed by special majority by both the houses separately. Okay. Then it will go to the President of India. That's how the whole removal is done. That's why till now there hasn't any removal of judges happened till date. Okay. So that same process will be followed if you want to remove our chief election commissioners. This gives what? This gives us security of tenure. This gives them security of tenure so that they can work efficiently and without any outside interference and without any pressure so that they can work. That's why this independent is very necessary. Okay, then qualification, it is not specified in the constitution. That's why opposition always criticize this condition that government is favoring their favorite bureaucrats in the for this position. Resignation is given to the President of India. Reappointment is eligible. Okay, but let's understand. Election Commission of India conducts whose election? Election of Parliament, election of state legislature, election of president, election of vice president. All these elections are conducted by our Election Commission India. Then we have this other body, Union Public Service Commission. The exam you were aspiring for will be conducted by Union Public Service Commission only. Article 315 to 323. One chairperson and members are there, and how many members will be there, that will be decided by again president. Okay, again president. Then appointment will be done by President of India. Appointment will be done by, of course, President of India. Qualification. There is no such qualification, but half of the members should have held uh, office for at least 10 years, either under government or any other state government. That means you have to be a government employee for at least 10 years, and half of the members. Okay, half of the members. For example, total member 10. 5 members should be in the uh, government office, should be holding the government office for at least 10 years. Okay, turn 6 or 65, whichever is earlier. If you are completing 6 years of your tenure, you are retired. And if you are completing 65 years of it, you will be retired. Resignation is to the president. Okay, resignation is to the president. Removal is done by president. Okay, they can be removed by president only in cases of insolvency, holding office of profit, unfit to continue in his office. Resignation will be done by president if some insolvency cases are against them. Okay, that means you took money from bank, but you cannot repay them. You are not able to repay the loan. Okay, loan amount. That means you will be declared as insolvent by the bank. Okay, holding any office of profit, you cannot hold any other office of profit because you are holding a very reputed and a very high office in the under the government of India. This is a constitutional bodies. That's why you cannot hold any other office of profit and unfit to continue his office. Okay, then independence can be removed only on the same manner and ground mentioned in the constitution. So these are mentioned in the constitution. Doesn't hold pleasure of president, salary allowances charge on consolidated fund of India. Reappointment not allowed. Okay, further employment, that means chairman का employment नहीं होगा, chairman का बाकी जो members होगा, members can be appointed as chairman. Okay, but other government offices में you cannot be employed. Recommendation not binding but not acceptance must be approved by cabinet committee on appointment. See, whatever the recommendation will be given by UPSC, those recommendations are not binding in nature. But the thing is, if you are not accepting their recommendation, you have to tell the reason to this committee, cabinet committee on appointment. Okay. Next, State Public Service Commission, same article, Article 315 to Article 323. Every state has their own State Public Service Commission, chairperson and members fixed by governor. Those in case of UPSC, it is fixed by president. In case of State Public Service Commission, it is fixed by governor. Appointment will be done by governor. Very important. Appointment will be done by governor and qualification is same. Half of the members should hold at least 10 years either under government or any other state government. Term 6 to 62 years. For state, it is 62 years. Likewise, for Supreme Court, it is 65. For High Court, it is 62. For UPSC, it is 65. For State Public Service Commission, it is 62. Resignation is given to the governor because we are talking about the State Public Service Commission. Removal can be removed. Same insolvency, holding office of profit, unfit to continue. Same. These are all same. Okay. Reappointment. This is also same. Joint Public Service Commission. If 2 or more states request the union to form a joint public service commission, it can appoint. That appointment will be done by president. Okay. Appointment will be done by president. टर्म सेम रहेगा स्टेट के जैसा 6 और 62 years. Removal president and resignation president because it is joint, right? You are requesting the state government to You are requesting the state government to form two or more, form one service commission for two or more states. That's why it's all will be done by president. Then here comes a very important body, that is our finance commission. That is our finance commission. Article 280. Okay. Finance commission article is 280. 280 article. Very important. Constituted by president after every 5 years generally. Chairman rahega and 4 members will be there. Appointment will be done by president. Okay. Appointment will be done by president. President will constitute the finance commission after every 5 years. Qualification: chairman should be a person having experience in public affairs. 4 other members should be selected from amongst the following. ये सब आपको होना पड़ेगा if you want to be a member of finance commission. A judge of high court or one qualified to be appointed as one person who has specialized knowledge of finance and accounts of the government, wide experience in financial matters and in administration, person who has special knowledge of economics. Okay. Then reappointment is eligible. Okay. But more important point here is the recommendation of the finance commission is not binding in nature. Okay. It's not binding in nature. It is playing a advisory role to the government of India. We know we have financial devolution, right? What is financial devolution? That means the tax or the money collected is shared between the state and the center. Center gives a certain percentage of money to the states. Now, which states will get how much money? That percentage number is decided by this finance commission. Okay. So this is the role of finance commission. Okay. So these are the members of the finance commission. Finance commission chairman. Then GST council. GST council is also a what body? Constitutional body. It has been inserted by this 101 amendment in 2016 and put this article 279A. Okay, 279A. Under this GST council, Union Finance Minister is the chairperson of GST council. Okay, chairperson of GST council. And what are the composition of GST council? Union Finance Minister is the chairperson. Union Minister of State in charge of revenue or finance is the member. State Finance Minister of Finance or taxation of each state government are the members. Okay. The National Commission for SCs, Article 338. This commission or this body does everything for the welfare of the scheduled tribes. Okay, for the welfare of the scheduled tribes. So what can be done next for the scheduled tribe, welfare of the scheduled tribe, and if some rights are getting violated, then also this body reports to the President of India. President then places that report to the Parliament of India and Parliament takes the action. That means government take the action further. Okay. So appointment is done by our president, not eligible for re-appointment. Re-eligible nahi hai. Chairperson, chairman, vice chairman, 3 other members will be there. Term is for 3 years. Okay. Report President of India, then Parliament, and then President, State Governor ko dete hai. Then same body for STs, Article 338A. Okay, this body is also, everything is same, but this is for scheduled tribe, that is for scheduled caste, and this is for backward class, OBC. Article 338B. Article 338B. Okay, same, this is for OBC. So you should remember Article 338, Article 338A and Article 338B. Okay, this is for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and OBC. Fine. Okay. Then here comes the next body, Special Officer for Linguistic Minorities. Just remember the article 350B. Article 350B, nothing else. Okay, same appointment will be done by the President. This is an important body, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Comptroller and Auditor General of India, 148, Article 148. See, head of the Indian Audit Department, guardian of public purse. Okay, for this body, we can refer this body as the highest charter accountant of our country, right? Every account this body manages. Whatever the accounts of the government, accounts of the public sector undertaking, everything. Okay. And this CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General, is appointed by our President of India. Appointed by our President of India. Okay. Tenure, it's having tenure of 6 years or up to 65 years, whichever are there. Okay. 6 or 65 years, whichever are there. Then resignation is given to the President of India. Removal, same ground जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजेस के रिमूवल के लिए है. So duties and powers, audits all accounts related to expenditure from consolidated fund and state fund. Okay, every account will be reviewed, audited by this office. Okay, government corporation, public sector undertaking, bodies substantially funded by government, everything. Certificate on the net proceed of taxes and duties, submits audit report to President. So these are their power. Then comes Attorney General of India. Attorney General of India, Article 76. This Attorney General is like the lawyer on behalf of Government of India. Okay, on behalf of Government of India. His appointment is done by the President, resignation given to the President, and removal is the pleasure of President. Okay. So he is like representing the Government of India in front of the court. If any cases is coming against the Government of India, then he will be the lawyer or he will be fighting in the court. Advocate General, same position, but this is for the state government. Okay. So representative of state government in the court. Article 165. Resignation, governor. Okay. So these are some of the constitutional bodies you need to remember. You need to remember. This is one trick through which you can easily remember. Okay. A, confused advocate. A, Attorney General of India. C, CAC. O, Officer for Linguistic Minorities. N, National Commission for SC, ST, Backward Class. F, Finance Commission. U, UPSC. S, SPSC. E, Election Commission. Advocate General. Other than these bodies, some of the bodies are also mentioned here. District Planning Committee, then Metropolitan Planning Committee, Interstate Council, Interstate Trade and Commerce Commission. So all these are some of the constitutional bodies, their powers, their functions are mentioned in the constitution. So that is all for today. I will see you in my next class. Thank you.